Yeah, but it's all coming behind me. Well, hello there. Don't mind me. I was just testing out my music, seeing if everything was working as I expected it to. Turns out the answer was yes, kinda. So I'm continuing our duo zoo with NiseyBGN, my darling wife. She is hard at work working on her, looks like a drive around viewer. Are you actually going to go into anybody's...
Yes.
Okay, so it's just this one that you're not going into.
Well, after I thought about it, I was like, we probably shouldn't be driving into the bear habitat. So,
I mean, you could have a separator between the track and the bears.
I had started to put in a wall, but then I wasn't happy with it.
Well, I mean, if you put in a big enough elevation difference like I did with the lions.
Yeah, but it was pissing me off. So.
Oh, well, la-di-da.
And you're also monorail, and I didn't want to copy the monorail. I wanted to...
Oh, I see. Didn't want to copy. Oh, yeah. So, anyhow, back to my shit. So, I'm most of the way done through my, the basics of my, tundra section here. I've got my underwater viewing for my seals and my penguins, which was a bitch and a half. Really, really, really never want to do that again. We've learned our lesson. Got our information booths and got a few seals and a whole fuck ton of penguins. But definitely never want to do that again. That was not worth it. Let's see. I've got my polar bear exhibit taking a ball of its grandeur. It's pretty good. I've got a little food and drink rest stop at the northmost snack and drink. And I've got my moose and my...
Oh, please fix your moose.
Oh, I did. I fixed it.
Okay.
I've got my moose and I've got my my wolves.
Okay.
No, wait, no, that was from wolves. That was it? Yeah, it was Arctic wolf. Okay. So now I've got this big section here. And I'm currently debating what I want to do with it. I might go and make an interior design. I kind of want to make a building out of it. Oh, I see. You don't like being filled because you're too close to a pathway. That's alright. I kind of want to make a building out of it just because I haven't done a building yet. And most of the Arctic animals that I want to put in require very little room. Tundra here. Because, like, the foxes only require... They only require, let's see, couple adults. They require, like, 3,000 feet, which is not much at all. Let's see. Sheep need a bit more room. Lynx needs more room. Red fox only needs a little bit more than 3,000. Crane only needs a little bit more than 3,000. Wolves need lots of space. Can't argue with that. I could do the lynx or the sheep. So what I might do is let's go ahead and build ourselves a outline, as it were, a test area, and see what we can put in here. And ultimately, this is all, again, going to be probably an actual interior, if I can pull it off. If not, then I don't know. So what I'm going to test is I'm going to make myself a little bit of a measurement here. I'm going to make just a box. This box is at maximum reach for the... It's at maximum reach for the length here of the thing. So that's going to tell me roughly how much space is in something like that. So this square right here is good enough for everything but the links, it looks like. So what I'm going to do here is, now that I've figured that out, I can now plot out. Okay, so this is basically going to be 3 different things all lined up together. Okay, and I'm going to try to put, definitely thinking the Arctic fox, and then, what was the other one? Going to do the Arctic fox, going to do the red fox, and probably do the crane. I'll put them all together. I don't know, does that really justify an interior? I don't know.
Just so you know, those cranes need water.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't notice.
I was looking at them. They were going to be my next animal in the animal generator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got room for water. All right, so I'd have to do double sizes for these things, but that's okay. Because what I could do is, I don't know. It's either that or put a pathway down this way and have things on either side. I could do that instead. I don't know. Because I don't think the interior is going to work in hindsight. Because, like, there's a lot of things that need relatively large size. Once we get to other biomes, like, I think tropical has several that can accept smaller areas. So I might do an interior for the tropical instead. Yeah, because tropical has... Oh. Yeah, tropical has a lot more animals that will accept, like, a 4,000 sized exhibit. So yeah, I might do that. So I'll probably save that then. So let's see. Lynx is going to be 6,000. So... Okay, that's 17,000. That's much larger than it would have to be. Maybe get you out. Shorten you up a little. You don't want to connect there. see, that's 6,000. That's 6,000. That's more than big enough. Not happy with that. What could I do instead? Undo all my shenanigans. What if I did? Is that actually solid, or is that... I don't think that's filled.
You don't think what's filled?
I've got a glass
No,
piece.
it's not.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It's open air. You can see where the color's different all around the edges where it is filled.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Now there are glass panels that you can stick in there if you want to completely fill it. No, there's some without the lines in it. It's just a plain sheet of glass if you want.
Oh, I see, yes. Yeah. I see that, but I'd be okay with the lines in this case. So, maybe, like, a pile of rocks on the entrance and exit to give you, like, a walkthrough area, and then have, like, an entire glassed walkway. It's like a walkthrough area that just encloses like the other structures, maybe? Do I want any offshoots for viewing? Because I could do a viewing bubble. Yeah, just to give it something a little bit. Give people a place to step off to the side and get viewed instead of requiring them to stand in the middle of nowhere.
Well, should you make it a little bigger? Like a wider bit of path, I mean.
It's as wide as it gets. I could loop it back around, but I don't think that's really necessary. Wrong button. No! Fumble fingers. Okay, so yeah. What's that, dear?
Don't forget your vending machine.
Oh, right, my vending machines. I thought you got rid of them. Sorry.
No, I didn't want to go to that.
So I put some vending machines just for the sake of it, way back when we started, and it turns out they're garbage. They are horrible, horrible garbage that no one uses and no one should use, and they are a shame. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of all those. Because all they did was make angry people and make my mechanics way too damn busy because they were breaking all the time. So we're going to get rid of that. And what we're going to do here is... So the whole idea is to basically block off the view up until you get to the viewing area. And I've kind of done something similar before. I don't know if I want to cover it, though. I could put, like, covering over it. But I'm not sure that would really benefit anything. I'm not sure that would really improve things any. I don't think that's going to do any good either. I really wish I could. I really wish they have the mossy rocks that follow the upright texture. So whatever direction you put in, it has moss on top and the regular stone underneath. They have that for tropical. I wish they had something like that with snow, but they don't. So what you gonna do? Alright, so what I can do then is I can use the glass to give myself a viewing bubble. Okay, so that's definitely not going to fit there. Now I've got to figure out the size that I'm going to be using here. Okay. Let's see. That does not actually fit the appearance of the others. Neither does that. I was not aware of that. Okay, so what I might have to do is I might have to use the more traditional glass house walls. Maybe give them something a little bit different color. What we'll do is we'll set you up there and there. Now we can use the more basic roofs to 2-meter arch. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, so duplicate, and then I'm going to see what I've got for curves here. Let's see, that's a 2 meter, which means I need the 2 meter roof to go with. For some reason, it disconnected me from the normal build section, so okay. Alright, so what I can do is I can now move this thing around a little. Sticks out a lot, but... You okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible. It's not great, but I think I like that it's going to be a little different.
And you can change the color on the metal supports.
Yeah, I changed it to black.
So you're gonna have solid walls surrounding everything else, or is this all gonna be roofed, or?
It's probably just going to be stone walled along the non-viewing areas.
Okay, just so you know, your stone's cutting into.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to readjust all of it.
Okay. If you need me, I'll be in the other room.
Yep. Just me and my chill music. They really did do a good job in the end with the sound on this thing. Especially the music design and everything. It's a very good mix of attention getting an upbeat and also kind of slow. Which I felt was really appropriate. Oh. And I duplicated that screw up with every single one. Alright, let's go ahead and fix them. I should have noticed something was wrong there. Ain't that big of a deal. Yep, that'll do. So I'm going to... Oh, kitten. That was the sound of my cat Mai jumping on my lap with her claws. Thanks, kitten. I gotta plug the gaps here so they don't get out. There we go. Might as well duplicate from existing walls, you know? Save myself a little bit of time and effort. Now, this is probably going to be a little short. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to raise that up some with other rocks. But that's okay. That's okay, because that just gives me the basis for what I'm doing. It's a starting point, not necessarily an end point. Just plugging holes. Now, I, of course, will have to go back in after the fact and undoubtedly add some more height to some of these and, you know, tinker with sizes for what can and cannot get out. But, again, it's a starting point, not a final point. And I'll have to make holes in these to get my workers in and out. Actually, I gotta figure out where the workers are gonna be. I could. Well, truthfully, I already got this here. I could probably support a second worker there. I've got to decorate that more. But, you know, I'm pretty sure I can put a second worker on this set and be okay. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to... see if that updates. Not really. That's okay, because I can have more stuff. Wow, it's chugging. So we have had a discussion, D and I, about the reality that our computers probably can't handle this as far as we wanted to go, because we had all this planned out, and as it turns out, our computer is already starting to chug when we load in just what we've done so far. And my computer is chugging. Mine's the newer one, a little bit better stats, and it's still chugging. So there's a very real chance that we're just not going to be able to keep things going as it is. What we may end up doing is we may end up having me set up a map kind of like this, but only for one person, with probably much smaller areas, and basically say, okay, what can you do with it? Like I might load in a terrain map or something to give us some kind of like built-in ground structure and everything that we have to work around. Because as you may have noticed, this map is mostly flat for the both of us. And I feel bad for that, but we're not very good at... Like, the system is not very good at dealing with putting in ground in a visually pleasing way. It's actually really kind of awkward and difficult to do. So we may end up loading in something instead. Like, I may try to see if I find something in the workshop or something. Well, they don't have a ton of terrain like that, so who the hell knows. Or I may have to make something. We'll really find out there. I'll make sure I don't accidentally cross into the polar bears area, because I need them to not be angry at me. Oh, and you probably got a pop-up there. I don't know if you saw it, from my buddy Tyler, who tried to play Red Dawn with me in today's stream. Well, not today's stream, but last Thursday's stream. And turns out that game doesn't stream well at all. So, hey, so much for that. Let's see here. I'm going to duplicate you. Hey, we're going to duplicate you and then actually sink you into the ground appropriately, rather than just slapping on there like a dork. And then we'll move you over. And that's exactly what I'm trying to look out for. I'm trying to look out for this kind of thing where there's a giant gap underneath because I didn't lower things appropriately. Gotta be really careful with that. Okay. So, if I'm going to be drawing from the same people, what I'm probably going to have to do is... I'm probably going to have to put gates. Put gates along the same walkway that everybody goes in. Which, on the one hand, looks awkward, but on the other hand, it's something. Not gonna lie, my entire area looks very incohesive. I kind of regret that. Didn't plan it ahead very good. But, again, what you gonna do? Under the circumstances. Honestly, I'm about ready to tell Dee she wins just based off of this stuff alone. She's much better at building flat than me. And she's very good at making sort of a park-like view. I mean, this is actually very well done, so... I don't know. Her plant placement in the exhibits aren't usually that great, but her exterior stuff is usually very well done. And meanwhile, mine's kind of plain, and I'm not liking how it's coming out, which means it's not going to improve any. I just have no idea what to do with it right now because it's all meh. What you gonna do? Now, right now, there are gaps showing in this barrier. So, there is that, and I know it's there, but... Null barrier. We're going to extend you through. Now, I can just put the null barrier through the viewing area, which is what I'm doing. Honestly, I probably could have made this whole thing a null barrier, but it's useful to be able to see where you're showing through. It helps me make sure that I'm not missing anything. And of course, we have to put concrete in between the exhibits. Oh wow, I made my stone walls a lot higher than I thought. Okay, well that works out. I'm okay with that. Let's see. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to put these habitat gates along the outside instead when I can. Then clear out a little space here. And I'll end up covering those up with cladding, just to make them a little less obvious, but it's only so much those can go. We are going to get rid of the random rotation because that's not going to do me any good. Should have, yes. Okay, so I've got those. These I think are going to be... Is that even enough space? There might not be enough space for some of these critters. I almost want to combine that into one and put a larger area critter in there. Timberwolf ain't gonna work out. It's a little too big. The lynx needs a little more space. I might put 2 views in for the lynx. 2 viewing areas, that is. Yeah, so I think we're gonna combine this into one lynx area. And I'll just have 2 different areas to view it in. Yep, I think that's going to be for the best, rather than trying to cram more in there. I think we're just going to... Now, guests can get a little weird when you put their viewing area kinda inside the exhibit. So I think it'll be okay, but we're gonna find out. Gonna find out the fun way. And then I need to put a gate in, which is gonna be... Put a gate right there. That works. works. Okay, so I think I want to change you to... I'm going to make you concrete just to double check and make sure it's properly covered up. And then we're going to add some... kind of want to cover that hole above there. Probably gonna go back and do that in other ones too. Okay, that looks like that is workable. Okay, so let's start with animals. I was definitely going to do lynx. I don't know why I'm bothering to look at this. It's not like we're breeding them, and indeed it's not like this is going to last much longer. But for some reason it bothers me if I don't, so I'm not going to argue. I am thinking I kind of want to do like a short tour video on the next one, so that way we can see what the other person built while we're playing. Just like give the viewers a view of, hey, this is the other shit that got built here. This is your alternative. Oh, I need to add this to my work zone. I was going to add this to the polar bear work zone. Okay, and then I should probably add at least one more keeper. Okay, let's get the lynx in there, and I can start working on their territory. Okay, let's see here. Don't complain about space, you got plenty of it. Let's see. Huh, they're completely happy with standardized bland, except they like snow too. Well, that's bizarre. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do then is, rather than go full ham on those, see, they don't really need rocks. So rather than going full ham, I'm going to have this area near the door be all dirt. And then I'm going to make a path for them that comes through here. Oh, that's dirt. Okay. Let's go ahead and smooth you out a little bit. Probably make sure they can't climb out anywhere. Might be for the best. Oh, wow. How tall do they need? Oh, my. Russell did not plan this out at all. They need a 10-foot thing. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to go edit barrier. I'm going to raise this up to 10 foot to see how high I got to bloody get. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch you to concrete. Oh, I'm going to move you out of that hole. Nope. Okay. Something isn't happy. What's not happy? Oh, right. Right. Forgot, you can't really put the concrete through there. Oh my, this is not going to work very well. Oh yeah, they can hop on all of these rocks. Okay, so let's try to fix this mess. Oh god. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut that area off too. Oh boy. Oh, this is not going to be well. Alright. So, might do a lot of cladding here, whether I want to or not. Just to not let them escape. So, I think what we're going to do is... Alright, so let's see if that makes them happy. Okay, so now they can't get out.
You okay?
Oh, nothing. I planned poorly. I put those links in, and they need a 10-foot wall. And they can jump most, if not all, of that 10-foot wall. Which means I can't do the stacked rock thing because there's too many places they can jump on. At this point, I'm probably going to concede to you.
We're not even done yet.
Well, again, we can't get done because of the friggin' loading problem. And honestly, I'm not happy with my design at all.
So are we starting over in franchise?
I'd have to experiment and see if we even can start over in franchise.
You can experiment now while you're on stream.
I suppose. Are you willing to take my defeat gracefully? Or are you going to be a little shit about it? Because you already started cackling once. Yeah, I see that laugh. Oh, yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good on stream until your turn comes up.
I'll be good.
Hey, you know I'm playing, right? You're allowed to cackle. Go for it.
I'll be good.
You're allowed. Yeah, so we're definitely going to concede this one. Because I like my design in theory. but it's not cohesive. It's all over the place. Even coming back over here, like if you look, I had like this big pit thing and everything, and that was very, very interesting. I got my little wall of animals and everything, and I kind of like this, but then it goes into the next area that's supposed to be the similar section, and it's just barriers and critters. Well, I suppose this is almost cohesive, because at least you're cohesively looking down at stuff with a slightly raised platform. So that's not too bad. And this is all its own thing, so that's not a big deal. But something about this, I never got anything coherent. I never figured out what I wanted to do for viewing areas and stuff like that. I just kind of threw it together. And rather than doing that, I think I'm gonna concede, because that's a mess compared to Dee's thing. Because I really feel like I should show off her stuff. And she's got all these elaborate signs and everything. She's got her little food trucks, which I think are consistent as well. She's a lot more consistent right now than I am. These little beach house looking things, kinda. Ha ha ha! That's kind of awesome. I hadn't even seen that. So yeah, I think I'm going to concede this one. I think I did a half-assed job, and I think it shows. Her areas are a lot more. They all blend together well. She's got color theming and everything. We get to this and she has shades planned for you to stand under. And I'm pretty sure it's similar elsewhere. See, she's got the copper sheeting consistently and everything. She's got very similar... Like, again, she has a color palette. Now, admittedly, she's not that much better than me when it comes to some things. Like, she still has all of her stuff up against the main walkway and stuff like that, which isn't really good. It's really not, but it's also not terrible. Oh, shit, skunks. I am kind of surprised she didn't try to block the cement any. So I suppose hers isn't that bad, really. But I'm just massively unhappy with mine. And at this point, I'm pretty sure fixing it is more trouble than it's worth, considering we're starting to lag our computers out. It's a horse. So. I do think next time, though, we're also going to be allowed to remove this encircling area. I might encircle it with something other than a path, to make it easier for us to differentiate, and then just play within the area given, instead of having to have these black paths that kind of screw with things, because that also isn't helping. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. So yes, so Nisey is gonna ultimately be the winner. I'm just gonna call her the victor on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to exit out here, and we are going to have a look at some map options. Let me save just in case. Now, I do think I want to figure out how quality of animals comes into play as well, because I do want breeding and... money making and everything else to become part of this, because this was all like no budget, do whatever you want, just go for it. And I'd kind of like to have I kind of like to have the franchise stuff where, if you can't find your animal, you can't find your animal. That's a problem. But I do think I'm going to load up Sandbox first to figure out what map we're going to use, because I don't want to spend a whole bunch of credits just making random stuff. Of course, we could Sandbox with everything in place, too. Yeah, I've got a bunch of old height maps and everything that I don't think any of them were really any good. Let's give a look at this. Sorry, this isn't the excitement of actual building. But, that is what it is, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to concede that, because my area was just trash, and it wasn't going to get any better. Let's see what this height map brings us. I said mountains and lakes. I really don't remember what any of these are. I got these way back when height maps were first introduced. That is terrible. That's... the hell... No! No! I'm gonna see what the Planet Zoo height map for this looks like, because that's terrible. I tried making my own at one point, but same deal. I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at doing the different height terrains and everything. I'm not creative enough. So we're gonna check out the official one instead. Temperate, North America, sculpted. Alright, so this has a single big mass. Is that... Huh. And a cave that does actually walk through. That's pretty neat. Oh, it has a couple different walkthroughs. Oh, it goes to an interior. Oh. Okay, it goes to a volcano interior. That's pretty interesting. Huh. This is not terrible. It does give you a lot of area to work with. Like, it gives her flat area to start with and get settled and everything. And eventually it does get onto mountains and everything, and it kind of like constrains our building. I might suggest this to her. And this way we can make it. It can have the medium difficulty. It can have all of the oh, it's still set to unlimited. We might set animal aging to longer, maybe like a 2. Yeah. Kind of like getting rid of the idea of getting rid of the power things. I think I need to ask her about that. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. There's no one watching this anyhow. And we'll probably start up this upcoming week with our own variants once I talk to her about what she wants to do. So anyone who happens to watch this video, thank you kindly, and sorry that I completely lost. Have a good night.